Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. And yes, you've guessed it by the thumbnail and the title. In this video I'm going to actually start cleaning the glass in preparation for my tint to be fitted. But I thought I'd show you how I clean the glass, and in my opinion what's the best way or the ultimate way to do it. So first off, let's show you what I'm going to be using to do the glass. So, I've got myself a towel, which I pinched from the bathroom, which I'm sure my missus won't mind. This is obviously to lay on the top of the dash and put inside the car when you're using the water. A microfiber towel, a bottle of water, ideally deionized, because deionized water dries without streaks, but today it's just tap water. I've got a scraper. Now, there's various different types of these. This I use on the glass at an angle, and oddly enough, one of these. Now these are designed for cleaning, as you can see, fish tanks, which are obviously glass, and they're very soft, but just abrasive enough to actually remove staining, algae, depends how bad your glass is, but these are probably one of the best things you could do to clean your glass. Anyway, so let's get set up and get going. Well, I've positioned myself in the passenger seat of the car. I've got my light scrubbing pad, microfiber and pure water. As you can see, I've already put the towel out across the top of the dash. It's mainly to just generally catch the drips. My spray bottle, which I got from a certain shop, I've actually set to spray like a widespread mist, and I don't want to get it too wet, but just enough moisture. Some people recommend spraying the pad, but I'm literally just going to spray some water on the glass inside, and obviously the towel is there to catch the excess, especially if you spray the B-pillar like that. But anyway, yeah, I sometimes cut these up, but this is a new one. It's a fairly large pad, but as you can imagine, now I always tend to do a cross hatch pattern. So you do your horizontal like so, and then you do your vertical. You don't need to apply too much pressure to the pad, but just enough. You can hear it squeaking, like so, like that. And believe it or not, although you can't see it on the pad, that will actually remove a lot of the interior grime. Now, I'm not a smoker, but some people smoke in their cars, some people vape in their cars. Mainly Subaru owners. But yeah, just do this action, like I say, and that will probably be enough just to remove the surface coating of rubbish on the glass. And then obviously I may need a bigger microfiber towel, but afterwards just dry the glass down. Yeah, I'm gonna need my bigger towel. But yeah, effectively you want to do that on all the interior glass. all the way around, and once you've done that, then you can move to the exterior. I'm just going to dry this down and then obviously move to the outside. Now when you come to do the interior of the side windows, don't forget, obviously, once you're wiping the glass, just to drop the glass a little bit so you can do along this edge here, because quite often that's overlooked. So yeah, just a little tip of remembrance. Just one of those things a lot of people miss when they're doing it. Now for those of you that follow my channel will remember that when I bought the car it had privacy glass fitted, and I had this odd thing happening with the rear window where it started to flake, and it turned out that it actually had cheap tinting film on it, and as you can see the car hasn't got privacy glass fitted. I removed the actual tinting film and I've cleaned the glass a few times, but sometimes it seems to leave a tiny bit of residue, and I'd actually gone over it with my scraper before in a previous video, but I'm going to go over it again with my pad just to make sure, because obviously, like I said earlier in the video, I'm planning on getting the glass tinted professionally. It just makes it a bit easier for them, because they can come in, spray their chemicals on. The glass is basically clean, and it just cuts down on the prep time and work time. So anyway, let's carry on with my slightly wet pad. Now ideally you could cut this into different shapes, so it enables you to get into the corners a lot better, but this one being quite soft, I'm doing quite well. But already, as you can see, this was a clean towel, and this is literally debris burning now. This is literally just from doing both front side screens and the interior windscreen. So it's quite amazing, isn't it? And I thought my glass was clean. So moving around to the back of the car, my car is fitted with these heating elements to defrost the rear screen or to remove mist if there's any on the inside of the car. Now these are actually on the glass, so when you go to wipe this, just be really cautious, because you can actually break these tracks, which would cause the heater element to fail. So just go easy. So as I said, when you come to do the rear glass, where these heating elements are, I always tend to follow the line. It just gives that little bit more protection. So I'm still pushing quite firmly on the glass, but I'm following that track, so to speak, that way. I mean, if you were to go this way, you're obviously going against the grain, as they say. So I'm going to drop the parcel shelf down just to give me a little bit more access, and then get behind there, and then I can literally dry it and move on to the outside. Yeah, pad's still good. I mean, these things will last 6 or 7 years. They just go on and on and on. Anyway, let's dry the glass down and show you the towel. So, quick inspection of the towel. As you can see, this was clean. Yeah, and it's not too bad. I mean, I've seen worse, and I do try and keep my car clean, but as I say, I'm not a smoker, I don't vape. This is just grime that builds up just from transient dirt, really, from having the windows open and driving along to having dirty people in your car. All with the interior done and all dried, I'm now moving around to the exterior of the car. Now, this is where this bad boy comes in. This is a glass cleaning tool, and basically you run it up the glass like so, and it will remove any like stubborn bits built in. Obviously you want to do this wet. Now, I always lift my wiper blade arms away from the glass. The amount of cleaners and detailers I see that leave them down and wash around them, but obviously hard to see, but you don't get rid of that. And I quite often wipe the rubber blades because, as you can see, you get an immense amount of dirt built up on there. But my glass isn't too bad. The front one will be more evident, but when you rub your hand on it, you can feel the roughness. And again, that's just stone chips, tiny particles that just end up in your glass all day. Little Cessna flying over. I don't live near an airport, about 25 miles away, but they like to buzz me for some reason. Yeah, so let's get the glass lubed up and then obviously run my scraper across it just to remove anything before I clean it. So again, spray the glass. Obviously I'm going to have to avoid my YouTube name and my Ash Sutton Napa Racing British Touring Car sticker. Yeah, there we go. That's a liberal coating of water, as you can see, beading quite well. And let's go and get the scraper. Now with this, obviously you start on a corner, but just to show you for the video, I mean, you don't need much pressure on it, but just run it up the glass. I literally hold mine like that and just put the pressure with that finger on, and you will feel it just slowly but surely removing. I mean, you can go faster, but you'll feel it removing in the shot, see that? And then out of shot, you'll feel it removing all of the dirt particles. Now you can go this way if you want and let it run down, but yeah, I tend to do it this way. I don't know why, it's probably wrong, but I tend to find it just lifts the dirt more. And then obviously, you know, you've cleaned the interior well. Yeah, so you could feel it all at the top there because it gets trapped under the rear wing. Yeah, I also find it very therapeutic, almost as therapeutic as gardening. But, and by the looks of it, it's probably going to rain later anyway. So, and the rain particles, I mean, I didn't actually learn it in O-level geography, but O-levels will be before a lot of your times. But most of the dirt isn't actually in the rain, it comes from bouncing off the ground. And if you actually watch raindrops in slow motion, if you've got a slow motion facility built into your brain and eyes, you will see the particles bounce off the ground, which is where they pick up the dirt and land on your car, which is quite often why when it rains and you've washed your car, you'll get dirt all across the bottom, and that's where it comes from. A bit of a tricky bit this, because obviously this is mounted with a rubber seal. But yeah, but you probably can't see it because I'm only using my phone. I don't actually have a camera. But obviously you will get more and more dirt on the main windshield or windscreen, depending where you're from. But yeah, I'm going to carry on with the process. I won't bore you with a montage. I'll just dodge around my Napa Racing sticker to the edge. Look at that, eh? And I mean, you don't have to do this every week, obviously, but just be careful when you get to the edge not to mark your lights and stuff like that. So I'm going to finish off this side, do the sides, and then come back when I move around to the main windscreen. So once you've done that, and you've obviously scraped all the dirt off, oddly this side was far more gritty than this side, you can now be confident in moving your scourer across, but only with a light action again. One of the reasons I do the glass scraping first is obviously because all the little bits of dirt will get picked up in this and dragged across the glass, which you don't want. Another quick little tip, if you actually are doing this because you're in a Mark II Focus, when you drop the window, you've got these little bits here. Now, these bits quite often get sticky because they sit against the glass. So I'm going to go and get some, you can see where it deforms with just the heat and the push from shutting the window. Yeah, so I'm going to go and get some cleaner because that's sticky to touch and give that a once over. So, as with the rear window, I've lightly sprayed it with a water mist and I've got my scraper out. Now obviously I only did this the other day because I fitted a new sun strip. This one I'm going to go horizontally. No reason other than if I was to go this way I would more than likely catch the sun strip I've installed. But as you could hear then, you may not be able to because there's building work going on, but you can feel it and hear it pick up all the bits of dirt. Every time I come out to film a video, there's either seagulls that are trying to attack me, or crap on me, or my car, or somebody's doing some work on a tree, or building work, or digging up the road. But suburban life, right? I wouldn't have it any other way. Alright, as you can see, I'm doing as far as my reach, and then I will come across from the other side, which normally ends up leaving the dirt in the middle of the glass. No, it doesn't. But after I've done this, I shall again dry the glass down, use my scouring on it after I've wetted it again. It just removes the dirt from the glass before you actually put on your cleaning stuff, which I will talk about near the end. Anyway, let's press on and do this. There we go, that's the front windscreen done. As you can see, my car has got a few little stone chips on the glass. That was a special stage at Wales. That one actually, it was just general condition of the road. But I've done all down here, which is yeah, where a lot of the dirt sits. Obviously, see, when you use a silicone product like on your plastic, which I try not to do, you'll get overspray. It's a terrible thing to use, to be honest. This little bit has come up nice and clean. I'll show you the other side because I didn't really film that. Again, the glass is immaculate. That's me. That one's done. This glass has actually got some scratches in it here, which I believe was caused at work where I parked it, because obviously we do a bit of selling of cars, and I think somebody's put their hand on the glass there with a ring to look, and just literally that's all it takes. So what I'm going to do now is the rear rubber. I'll show you this one and obviously do the same with the front. Before I move on, that's actually the dirt that was on that little piece behind the glass on the driver's and passenger's window. Yeah, gross, eh? And I've covered the glass. Ideally just unclip these and take them off and either put new ones on, but you can see the dirt on it, and obviously when you put it back on the glass it's just going to drag itself across the glass, and although you won't be able to see it, it's why you get the imprint on the glass, because it's basically just constantly dragging dirt backwards and forwards. And I think they should just put a tear off film on your car so you can just peel it off like with a visor. Anyway, all I'm going to do with this is just wet the cloth and rub it down the blade, and that should be sufficient enough. Again, you don't really want to put any product on this because it will go across the glass as well. There we go, wiper blade rubber is clean. Let's show you. That was obviously just from doing the rear wiper blade. Yeah, so you can see how much dirt sits on them. I'm now going to do the fronts, but as I say, I won't film it. But you should be able to see how much cleaner the glass is, which is brilliant. There we go, just bringing you back. That was from the other one. That's just literally from wiping the front wiper blades. Yeah, shocking, isn't it? Now, be honest with yourself. How many of you actually clean your wiper blades? Most people don't. Most detailers don't. And although my car's daily used, sometimes it's clean. And people will come up to me and say, "Cool, your car looks clean. Would you fancy doing mine?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, you know, it'll take about 3 days, so call it 350 quid. And I've never had anybody take me up on my offer. And part of the reason is they get their grandson to do it with £10 and fill a bucket with a sponge and yeah, leave it at that. So people don't realise the amount of time it takes to do it properly, to do every little thing, and that's cheap. I know detailers that charge thousands of pounds to clean cars, but you know, they spend 1 week doing one. Yeah, but you get what you pay for now, don't you? Anyway, let's do a quick walk around. And as you can see, and excuse the digging noises and drilling noises, even under the arm, it's all clean. Sides are all clean. I even did the mirrors. And the windscreen's done. Wiper blades are done on the front. Sometimes I do the back of them, but I'm going to order some new ones anyway and tidy these bits up. But yeah, all the interior glass is done. Windscreen. I mean, sides, rears. Door shut. Yeah, all looking really good. Super impressed. So that's pretty much it. All there's left to do, if you choose to, is to put your anti-beading product on the glass, which prevents the raindrops from actually sticking to the glass, which I know sounds daft, but it does. Now, obviously there's commercially available products you can use, but one trick that a lot of detailers will do, and they don't tell you, and some don't do because they don't know, is you can actually use a waxing product. Anything light. Let's go and grab. So, not for a product placement or anything like that, but any soft wax like that, if you put it on the glass, wipe it off, it effectively puts the same coating that you would on the paint. Now obviously over time the wiper blades will push that off, but yeah, the advantages of using a wax like this is you don't want that gooky white paste left everywhere. That's just terrible. So yeah, a little insider tip to do. And as I say, the water will just bead off the glass when it's parked and when you drive along, which actually helps your visibility and even reduces the wear on your rubber. So yeah, saving tips as well. There we go, looking shiny. Well, the car's not, I've not cleaned the car, I've just done the glass, but yeah, I did actually wax the front and rear screens. Quite often I treat the mirrors as well. Yeah, that looks so much better, and hopefully I don't get any bird crap on it in the next half an hour. So that was my guide on how to clean your glass, the ultimate glass cleaning guide. So if you enjoyed the video, it's very narrative based, no fancy editing. Give the video a like, possibly click on a subscribe, and Yeah, hopefully I shall be bringing you some modifications soon. Thanks for watching and have a good one, okay?